Everybody's favorite, Betty Yee.
Thank you, John. Good morning, Democrats, or good afternoon. Thank you, thank you. Democrats, this weekend marks the last convention under our state party leadership of John Burton, Shonda Wesley, Angie Tate, and the support of Chris Myers and the CDP staff, who together have made sure that we as delegates were equipped to bring home Democratic victories in every statewide office, capture the majority and now supermajority of both houses of our legislature, beat back the silencing of working families, defeat numerous assaults on reproductive health, and enact the most progressive environmental protection laws in our nation, and more, including putting our party's finances back in the black. Thank you, Chairman Burton, Shonda, Angie, the entire CADEM team for the track record of successes that has become the envy of every state in this nation. With this presidential administration acting fast and furiously to strip away rights and repeal protections, disregarding any opposition, tightly controlling the messaging, confusing one and all with its use of fake news and alternative facts, and trampling over our Constitution, I am excited about the surge in activism that brings much-needed forces to resist the national politics of hate, division, and fear. Democratic Club attendance has seen exponential growth. More are feeling moved to run for office, and resist and persist have become the new normal for activists. Yet over these months, I must say, I have also experienced a kind of activism that is self-centered, ignoring the history of past struggles and the service and work of our long-term fellow activists. A kind of activism that is too quick to assume, judge, and label others when they disagree. A kind of activism that demands immediate change, yet rejects incremental successes. And a kind of activism in which conflict spurs picking sides and condemning those who differ rather than seeking resolution. Activism and service comes with responsibility, and as leaders, delegates of this Democratic Party, we must be bold without attacking, move urgently without panicking, be focused without being exclusive, act based on information rather than assume, and be respectful not just some of the time, but always. Democrats, to reclaim the moral consciousness of this country that is at the heart of our democracy, we can ill afford internal strife and dissension. We must embrace the urgency of unity. We must be inclusive. Now more than ever, we must stand united in purpose to denounce and combat racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, homophobia, bullying, and harassment, starting within our own party. For if we stand divided, whether it's Hillary versus Bernie activists, as establishment versus anti-establishment activists, as newer versus longtime activists, if we stand divided, we will lose the power of each of us to make any meaningful difference in the work that we do each day. Our responsibility begins right here by working to deepening our understanding of one another, to better understand each other's narratives. What does it mean to be a Democrat in rural California? What are the experiences of a Democrat who is an Arab American? What are the struggles of Democratic women in Bakersfield as compared to the struggles of Democratic women in Oakland? And can progressive Democrats also be successful corporate entrepreneurs? Soon we will be electing the leadership for the next administration of our California Democratic Party. And regardless of the outcome of our party officer elections, we must emerge united as Democrats. Our work is about something much bigger than us. And history will not be made over who wins or loses party officer races, nor will history be made from our taking to the streets for protest marches and rallies. I believe history will remember this time for how we organized, how we answered the urgent calls for unity from the millions who fear losing their health care, the urgent calls from our Muslim American neighbors who have been ascribed the occupational labels of suspect and terrorist, the urgent calls from our Latino communities and others for whom the real threat of deportation has heightened fears of going to work and school and accessing services and programs. The urgent calls from our LGBT sisters and brothers whose civil rights and protections may be stripped. The urgent calls from our teachers and educators who are witnessing before their very eyes the transfer of our public schools into private hands. And the urgent calls from my scientists whose research and innovations to save our planet are discounted. Democrats, we can and we must unite in purpose and respect and embrace the differences among us. Millions in California and across the nation are counting on us. More importantly, our children and grandchildren are watching. We can and we must unite, Democrats. Thank you.